Thursday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Constipated? Dulcolax tablets can cause cramps, but not Phillips. It has magnesium and works more naturally than stimulant laxatives for gentle, cramp-free relief of occasional constipation.
That works.
Mm-hmm. Live the regular life. Phillips.
Get your own liquid gold. Go on, get! There's gold in them there shells. Liquid gold.
It's time to command track-tested precision with the fastest-growing automotive luxury brand on the road during the Command Performance Sales Event. Lease the 2015 GS350F Sport with complimentary navigation system for these terms and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Well, it's officially spring and it's snowing in Boston. Winter Storm Ultima packing a frigid punch despite the start of spring. By the end, some of you, especially south of town, could pick up maybe 3 to 5 inches of snow totaled. And looking at Boston right now, we still have a lot of blue on the map. So we've got temperatures in the upper 20s. Still have some light snow moving through the area. Worcester about to get hit with a little bit heavier snow. But overall, it has been very light moving through the region. So what we're expecting is this to last. Now we're pushing it to 11 o'clock. By 1 o'clock in the morning, though, it does look like it'll just be cloudy. And then through the overnight hours, just cloudy conditions. Temperatures staying in the upper 20s. And then by 7 o'clock in the morning, maybe a little bit light snow coming in. And then a little bit more tomorrow night. And then another system will come in and bring us even colder air. So our forecast is maybe another ½ inch to an inch. Couple of inches here south of you. Already some areas picking up, even in Pennsylvania, over 7 inches of snow with Ultima. And our forecast south of you, Worcester and Southbridge, another inch. Boston, again, maybe a ½ inch up to an inch. And heading all the way up to Salem and Lowell, we could see an inch of snowfall here, too. So in Boston, sit tight, a little bit of light snow moving through. It does look like it'll get colder over the next couple of days. We'll have more on that coming up. Alex?
All right. Meanwhile, we work a little bit farther on off towards the west where we've been dealing with the snow, but now we're done. Syracuse, 35 degrees. The bulk of it has moved on out. Some of the grassy areas, a little bit of snow action out there for you. But as we head on into tomorrow now, those high temperatures should get up into the mid-40s, but a bit of an unsettled forecast here for us. We got a rain and snow maker that's going to be moving on through the northeast tomorrow. And here we are. This is tomorrow's forecast now. Areas in the blue, snow. So Maine, you're still having to deal with it. The pink areas, it's more of a rain and snow mix. So there's Syracuse having to deal with that. Over towards Albany as well, with the high getting up to around 48 degrees. 40 in Boston. And as Kim mentioned, there is that chance we could see a few snowflakes flying around. But we're not anticipating this to really amount to a whole lot out there for you. Hartford should be a dry day, a cloudy day, though, at 45 degrees. So this is as we head into the noon hour, and there's our system moving its way through the eastern lakes. Got mostly rain showers. Buffalo dealing with that over towards Syracuse. But as it moves east a little bit more and you get into some of the higher terrain, the Adirondacks, that'll be some areas having to deal with a bit of snow. Then the front will continue to march east throughout the night. By midnight, should generally now be offshore. And now we'll be left with generally dry conditions with a few light snow showers there coming in off of the lakes. But outside of that, a much quieter scenario, but also a colder scenario as well. In fact, let's check out Albany. Your forecast calling for mostly rain showers through the afternoon hours and into the evening, and then we'll dry out as those temperatures start to plummet now. We go from the 40s to 32, freezing by midnight under just a few clouds. Forecast here for you in Burlington in Vermont. We'll work our way through noon, 38 degrees, mixture of rain and snow. Then a period of all rain before we go back to snow and we chill things back down late into the evening hours. Kim?
All right, thanks, Alex. Following that system, would you believe it, another cold front will be coming in on Sunday and keep us cold all the way through midweek. Right now is a live look at Portland, Maine, and we've been spared from all the snow here from Ultima. Right now it's 32 degrees, by the way. We're expecting 30s through the week, and lows will be dipping into the low teens on Monday and Tuesday. So the Northeast will continue to see some cool weather through the week, and here we are into spring, and it's definitely the below average temperatures expected here for the next couple of days. Now we're going to watch our jet stream. Okay, that's key. It's staying to our south. As long as it does that, we're going to stay at least chilly, if not average temperatures. So we see that all the way into Monday. Notice where it is now, down towards the mid-Atlantic states. So everybody north of the jet stream will be dealing with the cold weather. So right now, temperatures chilly, but tomorrow we're going to warm back up. But you notice these temperatures even below the average. Even though we're going to get to the upper 40s, we're going to melt some of that snow. Sunday, we're in the 20s in Syracuse. Here comes the next shot of cold air. And Monday, Pittsburgh 43. But look at Boston at 35, Bangor at 28, New York City at 39. That's 12 degrees below the average. So expect cool weather next couple of days. Tomorrow will be our warmest day until Wednesday. We're back to the 50s by then. Overnight, mid-30s to low 20, upper 20s or so. And then Wednesday back up to 53 degrees. Hang in there. Alex.
All right, Kim. Well, you know what? Our coverage of Winter Storm Ultima, that continues. Our special report, of course. And one of the spots that has certainly been dealing with it, that is New York City. You're looking live, 3 different spots. In and around the city right now, 31 degrees. Still got a little bit of light snow being reported around out there. Well, be careful out there. There could be a few slick spots here and there as those temperatures begin to dip. And, of course, now that we are at night.
A witness when you set the world in motion. The full line of Ram ProMaster vans and the all-new Ram ProMaster City, purpose-built to help you run the town. Ram.
What's this?
A box. It takes worn-out things and makes them better.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
It's gonna go fast. Hold on.
You just never know what's gonna happen.
Holy this is cold! We know you can't control the weather, so we build things to harness it.
That's amazing, straight above our heads. That's just incredible.
Man, how do we do that? This is where I want to be right now.
Wouldn't this 5-piece bedroom look great in your home for just $20 a month, interest-free? That's $988 or $20 a month during the Rooms To Go anniversary sale. Really, $20 a month for a bedroom. And by the way, these colorful chests are on sale too. Hurry in!
For the tire selection that rules the road, get to Tire Kingdom Spring Savings Event. For a limited time, buy 4 select in-stock tires. Get $100 off instantly. Goodyear, Cooper, Continental, Yokohama, and more. Plus, get additional mail-in rebates on these top tire brands. Buy 4 tires, get $100 off instantly. Tire Kingdom Service Centers. That's all you need.
Don't think of this as just a sectional. It's Home Theater Central, and just $20 a month interest-free with dual recliners, cup holders, and great storage. That's $9.99 or $20 a month interest-free for this great sectional. Now at the Rooms To Go anniversary sale.
1681.
Stay tuned for your first day of spring, local on the 8th. Brought to you by Lowe's. Never stop improving.
Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Style Selections Drayton Vanity for $179 at Lowe's.
Where do you think the strongest muscles in your body are? Abs? Biceps? They're in your eyes. But using a computer can strain them, causing headaches. Now, think about this. Your eye doctor has new technology to combat that. Isn't it time you thought about seeing an eye doctor yearly? Find a Think About Your Eyes doctor near you at thinkaboutyoureyes.com and keep those muscles feeling fit.
Lowe's presents How to Install a New Washing Machine with One Finger.
Maybe a little more that way.
Nice.
Now get 10% off major appliances, $3.99 and more at Lowe's.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 69. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 88. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, a shower is possible early. Partly cloudy, low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back as we continue to track our winter storm Altima, and Philadelphia, a spot that has seen some of the snowflakes flying around throughout a good portion of the day. In fact, started snowing early this morning, and it's been doing so pretty much all day. Finally, the last couple of hours now, we've been seeing mostly light rain showers with temperatures now in the mid-30s, 34 degrees to be exact there. So Philadelphia should be pretty much done with the accumulating snow, but it has certainly come down out there around King of Prussia. Almost 5 inches of snow there. Allentown, a little bit over 4 inches for you, with Westchester picking up a little bit over 3 inches. Philly itself, 2.2 inches of snow. As we take a look at the radar now, you can see the precipitation for the most part. The bulk of it has shifted on off towards the east. Certainly the snow issues there north and eastbound, even across southern portions of New Jersey. That's where we've got mostly rain around Atlantic City, but we're starting to thin out the rain shower activity there, and we should again start to see things drying out before long. In fact, here's the rest of the night here in Philly. A flake of snow, can't rule it out, but otherwise just cloudy skies to contend with here as we head through the rest of the evening. Temperatures not budging a whole lot. We should generally stay pretty steady in the mid-30s through the overnight, heading on into tomorrow morning. Looks like right around 9 o'clock if you're planning on getting out for the jog. Expect cloudy skies and 34 degrees. Kim?
Thanks, Alex. Right now, we're going to look live at Dallas, Texas, where we've had some rain in the area. Flash flood watches in effect for a large part of Texas. No watches for you right now, but showers and thunderstorms probably through tomorrow night. Expect maybe an inch of rain in the area. You can see the roads are wet out there tonight. And we'll take a look at the radar here in just a second. All right, so right now, there's that second. Dallas looking at showers off to the east. You can see eventually the whole area is heading off to the east. So really, I think the heavier rain is over with. East of town, still a few showers around, but especially up around Fort Worth, it's much better right now. So there are the flash flood watches in effect. Shreveport, you're now in this. Austin, San Antonio, Corpus Christi. This means that the ground is saturated. Additional rain could cause flash flooding in your area. So remember, turn around, find a detour if you come across a flooded roadway. So heavy rain expected here. We're going to see that showers and storms develop tomorrow for most of Texas, including Dallas, the Piney Woods, Houston as well. Traveling Interstate 10 on Sunday, we may be looking at severe storms at Houston all the way to New Orleans. So keep an eye on that. Dr. Forbes will be on board tomorrow and Sunday to look at those storms. And then Monday, showers and storms for the southeast. So Atlanta expects some rain. Looks like most of Florida as well. Alex?
All right, well, you know, the month of March typically begins roaring with severe thunderstorms and even tornado watches, but not this one. In fact, this month breaking records for its lack of those storms. Our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, looks at how this unusual streak could be broken as soon as this weekend.
We're at an incredibly low tornado and severe hail pace thus far this year. Take a look. The number of hail reports, 1 inch or larger, just 7. The previous record, 9 back in 1958. The average, 742. So we're 1% of average, 1,500 in some years. And in fact, some days have had over 500 severe hail reports. Tornadoes, none thus far in March. That ties the old record back in 1969. And if we get through Monday, we'll have a new record for the tornado-free period at the beginning of March. But it could change. In fact, on Sunday, we may have a little bit of severe weather in the red shaded areas, East Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, as a storm system comes out of the Texas area. But then a bigger threat on Tuesday, as finally a system comes in from the northern branch of the jet stream, meets up with Gulf of Mexico moisture in a limited corridor here west of that red shaded warm front. East of there, it's more stable, but that may be enough when you combine with that jet stream to give some severe thunderstorms from Omaha down to Kansas City, down to Oklahoma City in these red shaded areas, and even a chance of a tornado. On the tornado condition index scale, I've got a 3 out of the 10 possibilities. That means about a 30% chance of a tornado within 50 miles, and that could change, maybe even go up. Stay tuned to the Weather Channel and stay safe. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Dr. Forbes. And of course, we'll keep an eye on that for Wednesday as well. Right now, though, we're looking at a picture of East Brunswick, New Jersey. This is from Mary Ann Cohen, the sister of one of our directors, AJ, here at the Weather Channel, directing our show tonight. Thanks for sending this in.
Sometimes, bigger is better. But other times, bigger just gets in the way. At Brother, we know the biggest printer isn't always the best fit for every office. So we've come up with a bigger idea. Don't supersize, optimize. See how we can help you put the right printers in all the right places and help reduce your costs. Now that's big. Brother, at your side. Learn more at don'tsupersizeoptimize.com.
Need brakes? Right now at Pep Boys, Pro Stop brake pads are only $14.99 with coupon. Or get $50 off our Precision Match brake service with coupon. The best brake service, period. Exclusively at Pep Boys.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. And an award for best tasting hard cider.
Have you got the shot yet?
Remember that thing about keeping your face behind the award? Strongbow.
Imagine yourself exploring the mysteries of Machu Picchu, dining at the Eiffel Tower, or staying at the Fairmont Lake Louise in the Canadian Rockies. Across all 7 continents, Colette's guided tours take you places others only dream about.
I love Colette because they arrange everything for me. All I have to do is sit back and enjoy.
Marvel at iconic landmarks. Savor delicious meals. Come to know new cultures and make new friends. Along the way, enjoy immersive itineraries featuring experiences you can only find with Colette. Whether you're in the America West, discovering New Zealand, or walking on the Great Wall, you'll be traveling with one of our professional tour managers. All you have to do is embrace the adventure. To order your free brochure, call 855-714-8687. Experience the best in guided travel. 855-714-8687.
From the very start, I wanted Fitcore to be different. If you come to me, it's because you want to do what I do, because I don't do what other people do. It's kind of like creating a brand for myself.
Your business is unique. Your marketing should be too. With Vistaprint, it will be. Get 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com. Plus, for every $40 you spend, earn $10 in Vistaprint cash.
Stay true to yourself. You can do this how you want to do it, and somebody else is going to think that's awesome and want to do it that way too.
Vistaprint.com.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
But now, let's put this out here. I'm getting soaked. We're getting a good heavy hit of rain.
We have been shattering records. Look at this sample.
Thanks for watching AMHQ and helping to make us the fastest growing major network on cable. AMHQ on the Weather Channel.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, mostly clear, low 69. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed, high 88. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, a shower is possible early, partly cloudy, low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This Sunday,
one man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
I've had enough winter. I mean, we've paid our dues. Now I want summer. I want birds. I want green trees. I want to run around in flip-flops.
Can you picture that? Just running around in flip-flops. Oh,
It
man.
will be a mess.
Well, Winter Storm Ultima bringing in the first day of spring with upwards of half a foot of snow across the Northeast.
Can you believe that? 7 inches in some places. Well, the winter weather has been impacting the evening commute tonight from D.C. to Philly and now into Boston.
Yeah, we're live right now at New York City as well as Philadelphia. We got the snowman showing up there on the right in Philly, while in Times Square, wet streets, which is certainly good news. We got crews in both areas, but before we get to Rick Adams and Scott Newell, we want to head to Carl Parker in the lab with the very latest on Winter Storm Ultima. Carl?
Alex, for a lot of the day today, we were doing pretty well on the roads. We had a very high March sun angle helping us, and temperatures have generally been above freezing through most of this event. But now, at the tail end of it, temperatures are dropping back down into the upper 20s, and we are getting some reports, and in fact, we've seen some photographs of roads getting a little slick in New Jersey and Connecticut. The secondary roads, the less traveled roads in particular, are the ones that we're going to need to watch out on. And here's a look at how much snow has come down in the New York City metro. Sound Beach coming in with 5.3 inches. We've had 5 inches Mount Sinai, Farmingville 4.2, and White Plains at 4 inches. There have been some unofficial reports of 6 to 7 inches already on parts of Long Island, and it's going to be coming down for a little while yet, another few hours at least, and maybe several in some parts of the island. And that could mean as much as 8-9 inches in some spots before it's all said and done. It's really thinning out right now in northern Jersey, just about over in New York City. We've still got light snow at several stations on Long Island, and again, temperatures right around 29 degrees. Up into Connecticut, it's light snow just about every station, temperatures at about 27, 28 degrees. So again, in these areas on the less traveled roads, there are going to be some slushy spots. It's going to be accumulating a bit, and that's going to mean some issues on the road. So certainly something to keep in mind. And then as we take you farther northward, some light snow now in Boston, along the Cape there, the island, South Shore, and Worcester as well. And this is all going to be winding down in the next few hours. So there is our forecast. We've got 1 to 3 for most of southern New England and Long Island, but keep in mind that within that, Long Island in particular, there could be more than that. We could be talking about 3 to 5, and in fact, we have just updated our forecast to show that. Here's the model forecast, not doing a real good job of representing what's happening on the northern end of that, but just to give you an idea of how this winds down, we're going to watch the main system move away. We've still got a little bit of low pressure there, and that's going to keep some snow showers in Long Island right through the overnight most likely, and then it's really going to be over by tomorrow morning for the most part. So here's a look at the broader picture, and we've got another big shot of cold air coming in, some streamers coming off the lakes there, right from the Great Lakes all the way down into New York, the northern part of the Great Lakes down into New York, and that's going to mean a little bit of snow, but another big blast of cold is on the way. And this is the larger picture, so we've still got this ridging developing along the west coast of North America, so more of these waves of cold on the way this weekend and later next week as well. We're going to talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes, about 20 minutes or so. Alex, over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Carl. Well, the ground getting a little icy and slippery here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, as melting snows turning to ice on balconies and bridges. Well, our Scott Newell further down I-76 in Philadelphia. Now, we certainly have seen our snow, fair share of snow throughout the day, but Scott, we've seen things really quiet down.
Really quiet down. In fact, I must confess, I'm a little bit tired after trying to put this magnificent snowman together here. Actually, it was started out with some snow that was put together by some kids who were visiting the National Constitution Center right behind us here. But I want you to see the radar, and you can see how everything is cleared out of here. We really have no precipitation at all, just a little bit of mist in the air, and you can see how everything has moved off to the east. A little bit of snow left northeast of us here as well, but pretty much all the precipitation here is gone. People in Philadelphia, they really weren't looking forward to this. They've had a kind of a tough winter, not as tough, of course, as Boston and Buffalo and some of the other cities in the Northeast, but bad enough. And I talked to a guy named Tony Cook, and he's just kind of glad and looking at the bright side of things. Hear what he told me a little bit earlier.
I texted my friend in Florida, and she's on the beach right now with 4 manatees in front of her, and I said, we're getting 5 inches of snow, and I texted her a photo, and she said it looks beautiful. So I think we have to remain somewhat optimistic and positive, and it'll be away soon, and the spring will be here.
Optimistic and positive, a great idea, great thought right there. Also, things are going to improve because tomorrow the temperatures here are going to go into probably around 50 degrees or maybe even a little higher than that. And that means that this snowman here, unfortunately, is probably not going to survive. But I want you to see they keep this Independence Mall so clean that we couldn't find anything at all for the eyes. So we used our Starbucks lids and our Starbucks carrier. And here is just the topper right here. A little Weather Channel hat. He's all ready to go. So he'll be standing by here all evening to give you the latest weather. Kim, back to you.
But Scott, I'm going to challenge you on this, because if you look at this snow person, take the big shot and look at the whole thing, to me, it looks like a snow woman. Are you sure it's not a snow woman? It looks like a dress here at the bottom. Until you put the hat on.
I'm not sure that.
Kind of looks like a dress. I don't know.
We did the best we could.
Yeah, I think you did a great job, but I am challenging it. Maybe it's a woman in there. All right, thanks so much, Scott. We appreciate it. Well, the snow is causing a slushy mess here and all the way up the I-95 corridor, or even in the Big Apple. 3 to 5 inches of snow, possibly 7 inches of snow in parts of Long Island. That's what we could see from Winter Storm Ultima. Now, Rick Adams has been in the thick of it, driving around New York City and talking to folks at Times Square. And it looks like he's got a few more people he wants to talk to tonight. Rick?
Absolutely right. Yes, my final victims for this evening in, what's ostensibly, it's spring, everybody. Spring is here. Isn't that great? Spring break. You're actually on spring break right now. We've got two besties, Rachel Newcomb. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
So, are you enjoying your time up here?
Yeah, it's cold.
It's, you're actually from where?
Florida.
Okay, so tell us about your day. What's it been like?
We played in the snow at Central Park, and we went shopping.
Okay. Bryce Powers, best friends. You two, best friends since middle school, right?
Yeah.
And so you're very kindly being taken up here by Rachel's family. That's pretty cool. How's your week been going?
Good. It's been really fun.
Yeah. And you're actually playing in the snow. There's not much you see that in Florida, is there?
Yeah.
Snow.
This is my first time seeing snow. Playing with it.
Oh, very cool. And what was your favorite meal when you had up here? What did you have?
We went to Smith & Wollensky, and they had really good steak.
Really good steak. Okay, fine. Now, this is your spring break. Look at this. Do you think this is spring? What is this?
No, we're used to the beach.
Yeah. Okay. And in fact, looking at the radar, more snow's coming in a little bit now. I mean, it's going to ease off a little bit later on tonight. What are you guys going to be doing? Because you guys are actually going back tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
So what's on the plans tonight?
Tonight we're gonna walk around Times Square and just take it in.
You're gonna just soak it all in. It's a bit like a scene from Blade Runner behind us right now, isn't it? Or something like that. There's a little bit of a film reference. But anyway, girls, thank you for joining us here on your spring break. It was very nice of you. I think what we should do is do like a spring break cheer. Ready? Spring break, let's go. Spring break! Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah.
See what the weather does to people? It's remarkable. Back to you guys.
What happened to going south for spring break, right?
If you want to get away from that mess, that's where you got to go, right?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, well, let's talk about who else is dealing with Winter Storm Ultima. We head up the road a bit to Providence, Rhode Island. Still dealing with some of that light snow. Temperatures sitting in the upper 20s. So could see a few slick spots here and there. Got to be careful here as we're traveling around tonight. The same force in Hartford. We're still dealing with our light snow as well. And we've been dealing with that for the last few hours. Checking in on that radar here. And yeah, we continue to find it across portions of the Northeast. There we are looking at Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. Snow still in place, but there is a bit of a back edge to this. And Kim, we're going to eventually see it swing on through.
Yeah, we will. We'll get there. Our special report on Winter Storm Ultima continues right after your local on the 8th.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, mostly clear, low 69. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed, high 88. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, a shower is possible early. Partly cloudy, low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This is the new Asian-inspired broth bowl from Panera Bread. That noise! Panera broth bowl should be slurped with gusto. To explore further, order online or visit your neighborhood Panera Bread.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. Now available over the counter in full prescription strength. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. The leading allergy pill only controls 1. Flonase controls 6. And 6 is greater than 1. Flonase, the 24-hour relief that outperforms the #1 allergy pill. So go ahead, inhale life. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
I'll ride the highway. I'm going my way. I leave a story untold.
You just keep sending more pictures.
If you're a free-range chicken, you roam free. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Whatever their stickers say, they'll all lose suction because their filters clog. But with our sonic tips oscillating at 5,000 Hertz, only new Dyson Kinetic Science won't lose suction.
TruGreen presents the Yardleys.
Hello?
You did?
Will you tell me? You really? Ding dong.
Oh, the pizza's here. Hey, come on in.
Right.
Whoa! Lose the sneakers, pal. Kind of a thing.
This is more than a lawn. This is a TruGreen lawn.
Sorry.
Live life outside with TruGreen, America's #1 lawn care company. Spring is on. Start your TruGreen lawn plan today.
Bye now.
TruGreen. Live life outside.
Morning's got you a little... Grab the good energy of Quaker Oats, one of nature's most perfect energy sources. It's how we help keep go-getters like you going and getting, one bite at a time. Quaker Up.
Last year, Bud Light built a town called Whatever USA. This one again, and all that's standing between you and a chance at is sharing a 15-second audition video. Tell us why you should go using #UpForWhatever and #audition.
Why do I take Metamucil every day? Because it helps me skip the bad stuff. I'm good. That's what I like to call the Meta Effect.
4-in-1 Multi-Health Metamucil is clinically proven to help you feel less hungry between meals. Experience the Meta Effect with our Multi-Health Wellness line.
I take Prilosec OTC each morning my poor heartburn. Because it gives me zero heartburn.
Prilosec OTC, the #1 doctor-recommended frequent heartburn medicine for 9 straight years. 1 pill each morning, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
Your buddy Ron once said he could install your ceiling fan. He couldn't. And that one time, Ron said another chili dog was a good idea. Yeah, it wasn't. So when Ron said you'd never afford a John Deere tractor, you knew better. Now, Ron does too. Introducing the E-Series. Legendary John Deere quality. Unexpected low price. See your John Deere dealer for great deer season savings on the E-Series family of tractors.
Welcome back as we take a live look now at Hartford, Connecticut. 27 degrees for you. We've been dealing with snow for most of the afternoon as well as evening. Visibility has been down as well. And you know what? Prior to today, 59.3 inches of snow for the season. That's more than 20 inches above normal. Man. And as we look at that radar, snowing still at this point. From Springfield there in Massachusetts, sliding south across a good chunk of Connecticut, finding some of that snow hanging around out there. And looks like we've got maybe another hour or two left of it, even with some of the snow before we see things winding down. And then we'll just be left with cloudy skies for the rest of the overnight and heading into tomorrow.
While we've been getting all the precipitation in the east, the west definitely still suffering from this drought. A dire warning is being issued on the west coast as the region remains in a devastating drought. Lawmakers are working on $1 billion relief plan, and water restrictions will soon be in place in California, but many fear it won't be enough. NBC national correspondent Miguel Almaguer has that report.
This is the crisis crippling California. The senior water scientist is sounding the alarm.
If we don't take measures to conserve our surface water in our reservoirs, we have about a year's worth of water left, so it will be gone.
Reservoirs are dangerously low because the snowpack that supplies a third of the state's water is just 13% of average. This is Yosemite's Half Dome in 2011, and now the view today. Entering the Golden State is turning deep red. 40% of California is in exceptional drought, the most severe category. Governor Brown told Chuck Todd today there's no greater crisis facing the state.
It does take time, and we are running out of time because it is not raining.
Brown wants $1 billion for water infrastructure and to help struggling communities, but many call the plan a Band-Aid. In the Central Valley, farmers are abandoning fields and jobs are drying up. This food bank alone helps 350,000 people.
But we get people come in from the county now that lives on the fringes, and they work in the fields.
Now, statewide, lawn watering is limited. While at restaurants, you won't get a glass of water unless you ask for it. This is the new liquid gold, now harder to find and more valuable than ever.
Thanks so much, Miguel. And we're going to look at some rain maybe coming into parts of the west. Also looking at more rain across the south over the next couple of days. Here we are, the first weekend of spring, and we're still going to be dealing with some wintry weather. As a matter of fact, we're going to see several systems come through the northeast and bring us cold weather over the next couple of days. Plus, we're going to have to talk about the severe threat. So here we are in spring, and we've done really well this year as far as number of tornadoes and severe weather. We haven't had much, but we may be starting to see a little bit more this week. We'll see some from Houston all the way to New Orleans tomorrow. This is Sunday's forecast, by the way. And then we're looking at rain coming into Atlanta, finally getting rid of Ultima here in the northeast, but just some cold weather left behind. 30 degrees in Boston, 41 in New York. Those temperatures below the average with snow coming into Minneapolis. That system weakens a little bit, continues to drop east or move east and bring in the cold weather with it. We're in the 30s in the northeast, but check it out. Here comes that rain in the Pacific Northwest. We're going to see it Seattle, Portland, even just to the north of San Francisco, but even snow for the northern Sierra with this one. And Tuesday, still more rain for the Pacific Northwest. This will help Oregon for sure. So watching the rain now coming in the northern plains. Chicago, you're not going to get in on this, at least Tuesday. Notice these temperatures in Atlanta back up to the 70s by Tuesday. We're warming up in the 40s along the East Coast. And by Wednesday, there's a threat too, by the way, Tuesday and Wednesday of severe weather. We don't show red on the map just yet, but as we get closer, we will be fine-tuning this forecast. But just be on the lookout Tuesday and Wednesday here in the plains for the threat of severe weather. Wednesday, some showers and storms moving to the Ohio Valley. The west drying out, it looks like, towards the middle of the week. As a matter of fact, just a little bit here in the Pacific Northwest, and that's it. But watch this system move east on Thursday. Mainly rain, though. Alex?
Oh, we like that mainly rain, especially what we're dealing with now with Winter Storm Ultima still bringing us snow. Philadelphia, though, you switched over to light rain.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Monday, the brightest kids in America compete in the nation's premier science fair. Sam Champion is live from the White House, Monday on AMHQ.
Stay tuned for your first day of spring, local on the 8th. Brought to you by Lowe's. Never stop improving.
Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Style Selections Drayton Vanity for $179 at Lowe's.
You could sit at your computer and read all about zero-turn mowers. Click, scroll, tweet, or you could just sit on a John Deere Z435 Easy Track and feel its power. You'll know it'll get the job done fast. When it's time to pick a mower, you've got to get on one. Visit your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today. Sign up to take your turn on a Z435 and save $100 on your purchase. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Lowe's presents How to Install a New Washing Machine with One Finger.
Maybe a little more that way.
Nice.
Now get 10% off major appliances $3.99 and more at Lowe's.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, mostly clear, low 69. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed, high 88. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, a shower is possible early, partly cloudy, low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. And an award for best tasting hard cider.
Have you got the shot yet?
Remember that thing about keeping your face behind the award? Strongbow.
I lost 40 pounds. Hydroxycut really works. 'Cause we're going.
I thought I was gonna be the big kid my whole life. I never thought I'd look like this.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Lose weight your way. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
I lost 37 pounds. Thanks, Hydroxycut.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way. And go to hydroxycut.com to access the Be Thinner in 30 Days starter plan.
Mom and Dad told us they had just made their funeral and burial prearrangements. We thought they already had taken care of that. When we learned it was through Beth Israel and Eternal Light, we knew everything would be handled in the most caring and professional way. We realized it would be one of the most difficult days of our lives. It inspired my husband and me to make our own prearrangements so the burden wouldn't fall on our children when that day comes. It's not an easy thing to think about, but I'm so glad we did.
Don't miss El Clásico, Barcelona versus Real Madrid on the Xfinity Latino Entertainment Channel.
This Sunday, one man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back as we look live at New York City. Light snow still being reported. Temperature sitting right around 30 degrees, but windy. Yeah, gusting over 20 miles per hour. So that's making it feel like it's in the low 20s. So yes, welcome to spring. Crazy, right? But dealing with that snow here, and there it is showing up on the radar. Been snowing in and around New York City since about noonish, and it's been doing this so all afternoon through the evening hours. We zoom out the picture a bit more. There's some precipitation off towards the south, starting to thin out a bit in terms of the snow showing up on the radar, but we still have that potential for more snow showers to work our way through the rest of our evening and even into the overnight period into tomorrow morning. Not looking for it to amount to a whole lot, but still that risk for some snowflakes flying around. It's finally as we get into the late morning hours when we see things drying out. Mainly cloudy skies and temperatures not budging a whole lot in the mid-30s. All right, so this is what we are anticipating in terms of what is still to come. And as I mentioned, not a whole lot out there. Maybe another inch in and around the city. Sliding away southbound, we could see another inch as well. But working westbound, most of these areas, we're done with it. Flakes of snow flying around here and there, but from Dover over towards Allentown, goose eggs showing up out there, which is what we want to hear now that we are officially in spring. Kim?
All right, thanks so much, Alex. Carl's with me in the lab right now. We're going to talk about the pattern, how we're going to see the cold continuing and just going back to the same ridge trough pattern off and on over the next couple weeks.
The RRR, as it's called, the Ridiculously Resilient Ridge, has been with us for so long that it's actually gotten a name. We have seen some form of this all winter long, and then even going back to the summer. Remember how cool the summer was for a lot of the country. And so you've got this ridge of high pressure along western North America. And with that pushing up on the upper level flow, it allows the upper flow to drop down into the east. And so we get these waves of cold. So we've got one coming in this weekend behind this storm. So there's Sunday. That's the cold coming in. A lot of wind along with that. And then we're going to watch the next one come in. And a fairly sharp trough, it looks like, late in the week. So it gets colder there in New England. But look at the cold all the way down into the south.
Look at that.
There and the plants are confused. You were talking about the, what were they in front of our neighborhood?
The cherry trees.
Cherry trees. And they're, they don't know what to do when they blossom, and then it gets real cold, and they end up getting damaged, or at least not looking as good as they could.
Right. So it's like half of them didn't even bloom. So
yeah. And so then we're going to see another area of cold air coming down on Monday. So at least for the next 10 days, it looks like this pattern does not want to quit. It looks like it's going to be the same old thing for a while.
Something like that, though, Carl, at least for the east, won't have to worry too much about severe weather. If we're seeing with that trough over
exactly. That's the one good thing about the pattern, and we saw this last spring too. When you've got this really pronounced northwesterly flow, you're not really seeing the Gulf moisture coming up. You're not seeing these really strong disturbances. When you've got a really strong Pacific jet stream and you get a lot of rain in California, that's when you get these bowling balls, as we call them, that come out of the plains and produce all that severe weather. So yeah, there are upsides to this pattern, and that's one of the big ones, is we're not seeing nearly the amount of severe weather. In fact, I think, we've seen something like 5 hail reports for the year, and there have been some years when we've seen 1,500 by this time or something like that. So it's really amazing what we have not seen in terms of severe weather.
We've seen a lot of this, though.
We've seen a lot of this, and yeah, the storm has been a pretty prolific storm. 6 inches, several locations there in Pennsylvania, generally east central Pennsylvania. Lehigh Valley getting 4.2, Allentown 3.5. There is the last of the snow in New York City. There's been a little bit of freezing rain in parts of New Jersey, and then you've got snow still coming down Long Island. And the big difference between right now and what happened for most of today is that temperatures have dropped down into the upper 20s, sun's gone, so there actually are some developing problems on the secondary roads in particular, and more snow coming down there into Massachusetts. Here's a look at our forecast going forward. Got a little area of 3 to 5 in eastern Long Island additionally, so there could be some spots that end up getting 7, 8, maybe even 9 inches of snow by the time it's all done, and that's going to be late tonight, overnight tonight.
All right, thank you so much, Carl. We appreciate it. All right, guys, back to you, Alex.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, Pastor Joel Osteen sees a correlation between faith and weather. Osteen, the senior pastor of Lakewood Church in Houston, delivers sermons to millions of people around the world every year. Now, he, along with his wife, Victoria, are in Atlanta this weekend as part of their Night of Hope inspirational services. Now, he told us today that the start of spring, just like every morning, is a new beginning. And he has certainly had some words of encouragement for those still dealing with winter that could apply to everyone. Well, you can hear more of our interview with Pastor Osteen beginning tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. That is on AMHQ Weekend. All right, well, we've got lots of things to talk about here for us, including Winter Storm Ultima. Yeah, that's certainly on our minds here as we officially bring spring in with some snow. We're taking a look at how things are faring for us in and around the Providence area. Light snow being reported here. It's been the case over the last several hours. New York City, another area that has been dealing with our snow. That still continues to come down as well. And in Philadelphia, well, for us, Philly, we're starting to see things quiet down. We've actually switched over to some rain, but we should be seeing that coming to an end soon. One more thing to talk about after the break.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, mostly clear, low 69. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed, high 88. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, a shower is possible early. Partly cloudy, low 70. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for one more thing, then you will watch Hurricane 360. Let's talk about the snow deficit. We've been talking about how much snow we've had in the Northeast. There's actually parts of the country that are way behind for snowfall, including Duluth, Minnesota, close to 30 inches behind this season. Minneapolis, 22.2 inches behind. Even Fargo, North Dakota at 29 inches behind. But we're going to see a couple of chances to pick up some snowfall. We're going to see the first one on Sunday. Bismarck all the way to Minneapolis. There's a chance of snow. We could pick up a couple of inches from this one. So that's Sunday's forecast. We'll watch the potential of snow. And then Sunday night, it moves a little bit farther south into Chicago. The potential is there for Milwaukee as well. So you guys, it's not over yet either. And then a few showers developing in Des Moines. So some areas will pick up some rainfall here. So our forecast Tuesday night, calling for some scattered showers and storms, maybe some strong ones with more wintry weather across the northern plains. Enjoy the show.
You're watching Weather Insanity.
Superstorm Sandy, the largest tropical system ever recorded in the Atlantic. And the New Jersey shore is caught in the bullseye.
Oh, we're getting ready to get die. Oh, get him up.
Follow the path of destruction from inside the storm, block by block and minute by minute.
This Hurricane 1 for the record books has basically rearranged the Jersey Shore.
From the battered shores of Seaside Heights.
Just a waterfall coming on top of us. We knew we were in deep, deep, deep trouble.
To the mangled, flood-ravaged streets on the mainland.
I started yelling into all these black holes. I just knew that we had lost Kathy.
To the frigid bay, where a man struggles to survive after a monstrous wave sucks him out to sea.
I'm screaming help at the top of my lungs, and I knew there's nobody here for me.
Experience the most dangerous hurricanes on the planet, as if you were there, caught in the eye of the storm. This is Hurricane 360. October 29th, 2012, 7 p.m. The town of Seaside Heights on the New Jersey shore braces for an approaching tropical storm. Police Chief Thomas Boyd and Fire Chief Frank Samarelli drive onto the boardwalk to assess the situation.
We went up on the boardwalk and we're looking at the pier, and as we're filming, a wave came up underneath us and just picked up the boardwalk and dropped us. Oh, get him up. Oh, we're getting ready to die.
We're getting out of here.
We were scared. The pier had already started coming apart. We knew we were in deep, deep, deep trouble.
127 miles of the New Jersey shoreline lie in the path of one of the most destructive storms in U.S. history.
Sandy is getting bigger and bigger. This monstrous wind machine is going to push water ashore at levels that we haven't seen in decades.
Typically, hurricanes that move this far north lose steam and turn out to sea. But Sandy grows to almost 1,000 miles wide, the largest Atlantic hurricane ever recorded. A high-pressure system over Greenland, combined with a low-pressure system from the northeast, draws it westward. As it approaches the coast, Hurricane Sandy morphs into a superstorm.
It was like somebody was driving it to make that left turn and just slam into us.
Many underestimate Sandy's strength and refuse to evacuate. However, the storm is not only hitting at high tide, but there's a full moon. The gravitational pull of the moon on the ocean can increase the tidal height by 20% or higher. It all adds up to a recipe for disaster. Seaside Heights, New Jersey, 7 p.m. This oceanside community, made famous by the reality TV series Jersey Shore, is located on the Barnegat Peninsula a narrow 30-mile-long spit of land that separates the bay from the Atlantic Ocean.
It's gone from bad to worse tonight on the Jersey Shore. Look at the surge. Just look at the force of the water. It's like a raging river.
8 p.m. The storm surge intensifies as high tide approaches. Monstrous waves reaching 15 to 20 feet and propelled by hurricane-force gusts slam into the East Coast. As the storm hits Seaside Heights, Boyd and Samarelli search for stranded residents as a torrent of water cascades down the streets.
We hear some young guy yelling and he's screaming, help, help. We look up and there he is in a tree.
Their truck can't make it across the river of seawater to rescue him.
I said, hey, pal, we can't come get you. You got to swim to us. So he was doggy paddling over to us, got him in the back of the truck.
Samarelli tries to maintain control of the vehicle as a wall of debris-choked water hits them head-on.
I see one lifeguard boat go by, and I see another lifeguard boat go by. Then I see a lifeguard stand come at us, and that's when it just hit us. And a piece of the bulwark actually broke through and hit the front of that truck like a plow, and he wasn't letting us go anywhere. The truck was losing traction, and it's just like a waterfall coming on top of us. So now we're trying to plow through the Atlantic Ocean, which everybody knows you're not going to be able to do.
The surging water lifts the truck off the ground and sweeps it down the street.
And we started going backwards, and at the same time, the poor kid that's in the back of the truck is screaming, I should have stayed in the bleeping tree. You're going to kill me. He thought he was going to die, because we were in a bad way. Finally, it brought us all the way back to the end of a block down, and the water subsided. We just got lucky.
A few miles to the north of Seaside Heights, on Normandy Beach, Jack Buzzy and his girlfriend Melissa Griffith are retrieving valuable possessions from their basement when they hear the roar of an ocean wave.
I hear something and it makes me look up, and all of a sudden all of the windows burst. Water rushed in and I dropped whatever I was holding, and I heard Jack yelling. I just took off across the basement, and I remember reaching the top of the stairs and the water was right at my heels.
Melissa just made it up the stairs, and I made it about 3/4 of the way up the stairs. The water flooded to 7.5 feet in about 30 seconds.
As Jack and Melissa retreat to the second floor, they feel the house rumble and shake as monstrous waves and piercing wind hammer away at it.
The phone systems were going down, and all the transformers in the neighborhood were all exploding. We were getting text messages, people were trapped, and they were a lot worse off than we were.
Jack receives a frantic text message from the brother of his neighbor, Kathy. A row of oceanfront homes collapsed on top of hers. She's now trapped.
The bottom of the house completely collapsed, and she rode the top of the house down, and then the other houses started pushing on that house.
I saw Jack putting on his foul weather gear, and I saw him getting extra rope. My heart started racing, so I realized that he was going out into the rising water.
I could see a good part of her house looked like it was still standing. I went up and I was knocking on this door, but the only thing that was there was the door and a wall. So beyond it, that part of the house was basically imploded. It was gone.
Across Barnegat Bay in Toms River, 29-year-old Mike Guyon stays behind at his grandparents' oceanfront home on Bayview Drive after they evacuate. He's trying to save it from flooding, but he's losing the fight.
I'm looking downstairs. I see that the water is already 6 feet high, so I knew the whole downstairs of the house was gone. You could see the waves crashing on the windows. I was freaking out at that point, and then all of a sudden I heard a noise, and then the back roof of the house collapsed. So I thought, I don't want to get crushed in this house.
Mike decides he must try to escape.
I opened up the door, and I immediately got sucked out. And I was holding onto the railing. The water pressure was just so strong. I couldn't open up the door to go back in the house.
Mike makes a desperate call to his dad.
I say, I'm not going to make it. And he's screaming at me, what do you mean you're not going to make it? I told him, I'm sorry, Dad, I love you. I can't hold on any longer.
The force of the surging current sweeps him out to sea.
Weather Insanity continues after the break.
Hey, pal. You ready? Can you pick me up at 6:30?
I'm here.
Too late.
I'll go for 5 minutes. Move it. Killing me. You know what, Dad? I'm good.
It may be quite a while before he's ready, but our Subaru Legacy will be waiting for him.
The longest-lasting midsize sedan in its class. The 2015 Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
Your relationship with your dog is pure. It's innocent. It's work, but it's perfect. You wouldn't trade it for the world. So protect your dog with Trifexis. Trifexis is the monthly beef-flavored tablet that prevents heartworm disease, kills fleas, and prevents infestations, and treats and controls hook, round, and whipworm infections. Treatment with fewer than 3 monthly doses after exposure to mosquitoes may not provide complete heartworm prevention. The most common adverse reactions were vomiting, depression, and itching. Serious adverse reactions have been reported following concurrent extra-label use of ivermectin with spinosad, one of the components of Trifexis. Prior to administration, dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection. You'll take it all, the good and the bad, because that's what makes your relationship irreplaceable. Protect your dog all year long with the 3-in-1 power of Trifexis, available by prescription only. Talk to your veterinarian about how to protect every second you share together.
Gone fishing. It's a sign that means we've locked up and headed off to do something we love. Luckily, there's an entire state dedicated to those little signs, with 19 million acres of woods. Gone biking, gone golfing, and the world's longest freshwater coastline. Gone rock skipping, gone sailing, gone wandering. Meet you on the playgrounds of Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Hydroxycut Gummies. A fun and delicious way to lose weight. America's #1 weight loss brand. Lose weight your way. Bring on the fire.
This Sunday,
One man's trash
did the work.
is another man's totally awesome beer can space heater.
Hi.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
You're watching Weather Insanity.
October 29th, 2012, 9 p.m. Superstorm Sandy, by now the largest Atlantic storm ever measured, delivers a devastating punch as it smacks into the New Jersey shore.
We continue to track the winds, the damaging wind gusts around this monster of a storm we're dealing with.
The savage storm cuts a 30-mile-long path of destruction across Barnegat Peninsula and then moves on to the mainland. Massive waves rip houses from their foundations. Cars bob in the floodwaters like bathtub toys. To the west of the peninsula, in the surging waters of Barnegat Bay, Mike Ian fights to stay afloat after being dragged almost a half a mile across the bay.
I knew I was in a life and death situation, but I thought I could swim back to the house, but the current was so strong, it kept on bringing me out further and out further, and by the time you knew it, the house was a blur.
Across the bay on Normandy Beach, Jack Buzzy and his girlfriend Melissa Griffith fear the worst for their neighbor Kathy. The storm has completely demolished Kathy's home. Jack frantically digs through the splintered debris, but finds no sign of Kathy.
I started yelling into all these black holes and feeling around. I just knew that she was in bad shape.
Jack got back to the house, and he said I couldn't find her. And I remember that moment shaking from the inside out, and tears filled my eyes, and I was just frightened that she had perished.
Minutes pass. Then Jack receives a text message relayed by Kathy's brother. She's alive, but she's trapped in a severed section of her home that's been swept down the street by the floodwaters.